Hello friends, welcome back to Python programming. So in this module, we're going to look at booleans, conditions, and loops. To begin with, we're going to start with booleans, then we'll proceed to conditions, then later we're going to look at loops. So generally, the computer works on these simple principles and they simplify our tasks. So the first case which I can give is for booleans. Booleans are simply data types which have two states, which can be either true or false, 0 or 1, on or off. So imagine a light bulb. When it is on, we apply current. Then when we disconnect it, then it will be off. So that state of on off, that's how the computer operates. That's how it creates all imaginable desirable things we see. All the operations, they are done through booleans. All right, so a simple example here, we have a boolean condition where we have print 1 is equals to 1. So the interpreter there, it will see if the condition is true. Is 1 equals to 1 true? Then it will output true. Then the second example is print 1 is greater than 5. It will analyze whether the condition is true between the two. So if it is false, in this case 1 is not greater than 5, so it is going to print 5. All right, so let us proceed by seeing other operators which we use in making Boolean conditions. So we have here a double equal sign. What does the double equal sign is all about? The double equal sign, we use it in forming a condition, unlike a single equal sign which we use to assign values to a variable. So in this case, a double equal sign is used for a condition, as we have seen before. Similarly, greater than is used for a condition, less than is used for a condition, and then equals to greater than or equals to is also used for condition, and then the other one is less than or equal to, and then lastly not equal to. All right, so to cut it short, let us also look at Boolean condition. To cut this course short, we are going to look at Boolean operators. So the Boolean operators include and, or, not. So what is it about when we talk about and? And is an operator which we use like when we have two conditions, and these two conditions only become true when two of them is true. So if one of them is false, then the entire condition will be false. So if both conditions are true, then it will be true. If one of them is false, then it will be false. If both of them are false, then it will be false. All right. So when we talk about or, the or is only true if one of the two conditions is true. So if we have true and true condition, then it's true. True and false, it will be true. So it will only give us a false when we have both conditions to be false. So if, for example, let me start first giving an example with the first one we mentioned, and. So here I can add 1 equals to 1 and 1 less than 5. So this will be true. Then down here, we're going to have 1, the opposite of this. Maybe we can say 1 different to 1. This is false. Then have and 1 less than 5. So as we can see here, the result will be false. So as we can see here, the first expression, this is true. The second expression again is true. 1 is equal to 1 is true. 1 is less than 5 is true. So the output will be true. Then when we have one of them which is false, for example, here we have 1 is different to 1. That is false. Then we have also 1 is less than 5. That is true. Then we have a false. So for the or, for all here, if we copy the same example, then we paste it here, and then we replace and with an or. What will happen here is that or this will remain true. Then this as well will be true. So this one will only give us a false when both of them they are false. All right, moving on to not. When we talk about not, it's a Boolean operator which takes the results the opposite side. So let's say we say not true, then the result will be false. So it's the opposite. It gives us the opposite. So the order of this Boolean operation is the not is the most powerful, then and or. So when you have made a mix of them, like when you have a combination of them, then the most powerful one will start with not. Then what follows the and or, the last one. So these are some of the examples which we have here. And so true and false, it will be false. False and true, it will be false. True and true is true. False and false is false. Or true or false, true. False or true, true. True or true, true. False or false, it will be false. Not. So not is not true, false. Not false, true. Well, so generally, like I mentioned, booleans are data types. So meaning that you can store them as ordinary values in a variable. So in this case, we have an example where we have named our variable to be true boolean. So we've assigned it with true. And then the other one, which is false boolean, bool, which we assigned it with false. So if we try to do this operation where we say print true bool is equals to false, then the result will be false. All right, so that is it with this lesson. Well, let us join me in the next lesson where we're going to look at conditions. And thank you so much for joining me. See you in the next lesson.